This is the Confined Space CSI 2000 hardline communication system utilized by the Ridge Road Fire District for confined space operations. The system includes one command module, one double splitter with isolation switch or mute switch, one power talk box controller, one talk box, signal cable, tethered signal and air cables, isolation or mute switches, headsets, and headset and throat mics for entrance. In order to operate the command module, power talk box, and talk box, you'll need to insert C-style batteries into each one. When you remove them from the case, remove the battery cover. Notice the plus mark on the inside, which will indicate the orientation of the batteries. And replace the screws. On the power talk box, you'll find the battery access in the same place as the command module. To access the batteries for the talk box, you'll need to remove the 4 screws at the top and insert the batteries. Although the system can be set up in a few different ways, we'll demonstrate a basic orientation for the system. You'll start by connecting the double splitter to the command module by aligning the orange lines, pressing and turning slightly to lock in place. The splitter will be attached to the number 1 and number 2 position. From there, you attach the operator headset with integrated isolation or mute switch to the operation or operator port on the command module. In the talk box position, you'll attach the short signal cable or as much signal cable as you need to reach the entry. And that will be attached to another headset for the entry supervisor. On the splitter, you'll attach signal cable for each entrance to their corresponding position. Team 1 will be attached to A and B, Team 2 to position C and D. During operations, you're able to isolate each team or leave the switch in the center position to give open communication between everybody on the system. We'll go over dressing out an entrant. Your PPE will include a Class 3 harness for Ridge Road personnel, a MSA sling pack, their MSA mask, a headset and throat mic, and a rescue helmet.
Bingo.
To attach the entrant to the supplied air and the signaling cable for the comms unit, you'll use a color-coded tethered line with a supplied air hose and a signal cable. The female end of the supplied air hose will attach to the male end of the sling pack, making sure to turn the coupling after you've attached. The male end of the signal cable will attach into the throat mic and headset here. Utilizing the carabiner on the signal cable, attach the tether on the supplied air hose and attach to the harness. For further redundancy, you can use a Prusix attached to the supplied air hose and a carabiner on the harness to hook it. For final safety checks, make sure that the throat mic is attached to the sling pack of the harness to keep the throat mic from sliding down. Make sure all straps are tight. The tethers are attached to the harness. And your coupling has been turned away from the knob. Final orientation and setup of the two systems should look something like this. The air cart should be set between 70 and 90 psi with your entrance supplied air hoses receding to the tethered bags. You'll find the command module set up with the operator's headset, the entry supervisor's headset, the splitter with two of the entrance signal cables extending to the tethered bags. At the end, you'll attach your entry personnel and they can proceed to the holes. Operation of the powered talk box and talk box module is simple and quite direct. This will allow for a separate and open line of communication with a patient that we find in a confined space. You'll hook up a signal cable from the powered talk box to the talk box module. Ensure that the talk box has been turned on. Ensure that the talk box control box has been turned on. And you can advance this box or descend it into a confined space to allow for communication. To control the box, the line of communication will be open from the patient inside of the confined space. To talk to them, you'll need to press this red button.